Boom! Sonic the Hedgehog, running fast, collecting rings, losing those rings. It's all here.
Dude, in the 90s, Sonic was inescapable. You wanted to be cool? You look no further.
Just look at how many Sonic games we've got here. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, dude, Sonic is over 30 years old. Of course there's a lot of games. Well, these are all within the first 10 years.
And this is just what I own. There was even more. There was cartoons, books, toys, comics. You can't stop Sonic. But we're going to take a look at where it all started. Now sit back and get ready for two of the sweetest syllables ever recorded. Sega! Let's go.
So you start off in Green Hill Zone, and if you don't know how Sonic's life energy works, it's simple. At the start of every act, you'll have 0 rings. With no rings, 1 hit and you die. Have at least 1 ring and you'll take the hit but lose your rings. Doesn't matter if you've got 1 ring or 100, you'll lose them all. As soon as you get going, you'll find it hard not to go full speed. You can run fast and you want to run fast, but you gotta find the balance. There's a time to go full blast and there's a time to take it steady, but stop completely and Sonic actually gets annoyed with you. The enemies, or badniks, as they're known in the Sonic universe, are all defeated with 1 hit. When you jump, Sonic goes into a ball. Hit a badnik while jumping, that'll take him out. I remember the first time I realised that when you're running, if you press down, you'll go into a ball or spin mode, and the momentum will keep you moving, and it'll take out anything in your path. Even the hills don't stand a chance. If you finish an act with 50 rings or more, there'll be a giant ring for you to collect. You take these to get to a special stage.
Oh, we'll get to those.
There are 3 acts in every stage. At the end of the 3rd act, you'll face the stage boss. Every time it's Sonic's nemesis, Dr. Robotnik. Whenever you face him, he's in his little flying machine with some new attachment in his attempt to take Sonic out. Hit him 8 times and he's toast. Marble Zone. This is not a level you want to try and rush through. Back when I was a kid, it took me forever to get past this stage. It's more like a level from Super Mario Bros. Rather than Sonic. The key is to take your time, approach everything with caution, you'll be fine. To beat Robotnik, you just need to keep moving from side to side, avoid his flamethrower, hit him when you can, job done. Spring Yard Zone, now this is more like it. You're running fast, you're bouncing all over the place, but there's one thing in this stage I want to talk about here. Who is this? He just comes flying in from behind. He's faster than Sonic. I don't know, man. It bugged me then, and it bugs me now. When you reach Robotnik, make sure you beat him as quick as you can, as he'll break the ground you're standing on. Once it's gone, it's gone. To be honest though, you've got plenty of opportunities to get your hits in.
Now maybe you know what's coming next. Maybe you don't. But I'm going to tell you, this is where it gets serious.
Labyrinth Zone. More like a mental torture chamber. I'm going to cut straight to the chase. A large part of this level is underwater and the physics completely change. It's like playing in slow motion. Sounds easier? Well, just wait. Being underwater, that means Sonic can drown. There are 2 ways to get your breath. Simply get out of the water, or find one of these big air bubbles. Leave it too long though, and you're hit with the most anxiety-inducing gaming experience you will ever have. It's not all bad though. You get these enemies that are red balls surrounded by 4 spiky balls. He throws the spiky balls at you, and once they're all gone, he just comes charging towards you with this menacing look in his eyes. He makes me smile. If you make it through all that, when you get to Robotnik, the biggest tip I can give you is don't try and hit him. Bear with me. You're chasing him up this narrow area. There are hazards all over the place. To beat him here, you don't need to hit him. You just need to reach the top. Suddenly, it's a lot easier when you're just avoiding what's around you. Now we're at Starlight Zone. There's nothing bad about this level, but it's easily the most forgettable one. I'm only really mentioning it because I've spoke about all the others and I can't really leave it out. There is a cool boss fight here though. You use these seesaw things to throw Robotnik's projectiles back at him. Anyway, let's move on. Scrap Brain Zone. You can tell we're really getting into the meat and potatoes now. The whole place has a very industrial feel with machinery everywhere. Such a contrast from the first level. Green Hill Zone was full of grass, trees, waterfalls and flowers.
I think there might be some kind of environmental message there.
Anyway, there is so much to avoid here. You've got these pipes that spray fire, electrical conductors, bombs that detonate themselves when you get too close. And whoever decided to put these spinning platforms followed by that fire pipe had no mercy. When you reach the end of Act 2, Robotnik is there. He's hiding behind some kind of electric wall. He jumps on a button and the floor falls from beneath your feet and... oh man, does this look familiar? Scrap Brain Zone Act 3 is basically Labyrinth Act 4. That means the developers knew how hard Labyrinth Zone was, so they decided to throw it back at you right near the end.
You gotta respect that.
No matter, we're powering through. Final Zone. The intense music hits. You're on the edge of your seat. There's no rings anywhere. You know that this is it. So, you go forward, and... it's actually the easiest boss fight in the entire game.
I'm not kidding.
You're in more danger of running out of time than actually losing. Just hit Robotnik as he appears on your side, avoid these electric balls that come in you in between, and believe me, you will avoid them. Keep doing that, and Sonic saves the day.
Well, it looks like I completed Sonic the Hedgehog. But...
remember those special stages I mentioned earlier? Well, they're to collect 6 Chaos Emeralds, 1 in each special stage. I only managed to get 4, that's why Robotnik still has 2. These stages are hard to explain. The level is constantly rotating and Sonic is constantly in spin mode. You don't have much control over him, you can sort of tilt him with the D-pad and you can jump to give yourself a boost. The emeralds are always behind these blocks that you have to break through, which is easier said than done. If you get the emerald, that finishes the stage, or if you fall into these flashing red circles, that will boot you out of the stage too, obviously with no emerald. And while I'm at it, why do these say goal? It's not a goal, you're leaving with no emerald. No one scored a goal here. I don't know, man.
If you're thinking, dude, you're really not going to go through all that again just to finish the game with all the emeralds, are you? Well...
I have literally just completed the game. Now's the best time to do it. It's all fresh in my memory. So, after calmly resetting my Mega Drive and trying for a 3rd time, I finally did it.
Well, we got there in the end. Sonic the Hedgehog, or Sonic 1 as it's now known. A great start for the Blue Blur, but its best was definitely yet to come. Thank you everybody for watching. I've had a great time making these last two videos, and I'd love to tell you what's next, but I really don't know. There'll definitely be more. Stay tuned.